there.
Well, apparently Brock's back in the USADA testing pool, and there's a bunch going on with him. So if it's going to happen, it's either going to happen in...
Was it in November, didn't they say?
They want to be in November. They want it to be...
the earliest they could fight is in January. It was confirmed.
No, December. December he can fight.
Nope.
I read online it was December.
I read online too.
Yeah,
we'll see.
December was the first pay-per-view you can get to because of the way the dating works. He could fight at the end of December. I think it's December 26th he could fight. Or if the days match up a certain way, or he'd have to fight in January. It's one of those two dates, and one of them is at Madison Square Garden. So either he's fighting at Madison Square Garden.
November is Madison Square Garden, which he can't fight at.
Okay, so then he'd be fighting in Vegas, which would be at the end of December or in early January. Because of the way they do the
we'll wait and see. We don't really know too much about it yet.
If he even does it.
He'll be doing it. Let's move on to the next match on the card. And by the way, you're listening to The Squared Circle on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We're talking pro wrestling and the Extreme Rules card from last night. Finn Balor defeated the Constable, Baron Corbin.
Yes.
This is stupid.
Why is this on pay-per-view?
Who cares? I don't even want to talk about it. There's literally nothing that comes from it. It's just another win for Finn Balor. Corbin... I don't like it anymore. I understand he needed the change, but I don't like that he wrestles in his suit attire.
He looks like a barista.
I think it's dumb, and this is pathetic. I think Finn Balor should be being used in so many other ways than he is now.
I give this match a 0.5.
This is literally this match literally had no meaning to it at all.
Gotcha.
Nobody cared.
I'd give it a 0.5.
I think they're going to go along again with it because obviously it's not over. Because it was a rolled up pin.
I don't know.
And we obviously know Corbin's going to come up soon tonight probably, and it's probably going to escalate further, or hopefully Balor goes to the Intercontinental scene again, and we'll see.
I don't know. I guess we kind of have to see what's going to be happening with that. To be honest, for me, when it comes to the IC title right now, I also don't know what's going to be coming from it because the way it ended, I feel like you can also still have maybe some unfinished business there.
Yeah,
but I guess
we'll
we're just going to have to wait to see, yeah.
I thought the match was meaningless. It just seemed like a match you'd see on a random Raw or SmackDown.
Exactly.
It's like a film match.
It wasn't, the worst thing ever, but I'm not the biggest fan of either of these people. Finn Balor hasn't cut a good promo since he's been in at least the main roster.
He has not gotten the chance to.
Well, he's got to make the chance to. And
how? When Vince is not going to let him? Because
he's had abilities to talk on the microphone, has he not? He hasn't really brought it. Listen, I don't think that's his strong suit, though. In the ring, I think he's fine, but I don't really care for him. So I'm not the biggest fan of his. And Corbin, I think, just stinks all around. At least Balor can be good.
I think for Balor to succeed, he needs people around him. That's why he was so big in Japan with the Bullet Club, because he started it all, and he had all these incredibly talented people around him. He created an entire group of people, just the top tier that they could get in Japan. This whole Balor Club thing isn't real. Yeah. And if he had the Good Brothers with him, or AJ, people who say what you will about the Good Brothers, but at least if you really wanted to, they could probably cut a promo.
Yeah, they're definitely charismatic.
They can definitely carry something, which is what I would think you would need for Balor, is someone to speak for him. Which, if you did like a Bullet Club in WWE, that's what he needs. He needs people who can talk. Balor he's just a talent it's just wasted. His in-ring ability is great. He can evoke emotion in a match, but outside of the match with the microphone, he doesn't do it for me. His stupid smile is getting really annoying.
That's annoying.
He's mediocre at best on the mic. If anything, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows were amazing back in NJPW.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think they could bring their skills to WWE. Just for this reason, the way they talk in New Japan was adult.
If you look at the way that the way they talk then is kind of like the way if you look at Chris Jericho now, he's cursing, getting really explicit, dropping things that describing things in ways you couldn't do that in WWE. Vince McMahon would probably have a heart attack.
Yeah, it would probably be a strike in the FCC or something, because they were so vulgar. But even with Luke Gallows' like silly character that was in Southpaw. Like even that was like a watered down character of that specific character, because he had it in Colt Cabana's like I think DVD, and it was raunchy. It was terrible.
So that's just that. But let's move on. Carmella defeating Asuka.
This was a joke.
This was awful. Can we just not talk about it?
It's fun. It's so funny how NXT can build up somebody and make them so great, and then when they come to the main roster, they are literally a joke. And to be honest with you, I do not want to see Asuka winning. I will say
I do. I'm sick of
really
Carmella.
I'm not sick of Carmella. The reason why I want Carmella to win is because you know who's going to beat her at SummerSlam? It is going to be Becky Lynch. And that's why that is a better moment than Asuka defeating Carmella. I am very happy with the move they made. Let me just say the match itself was awful. Anything
By burying
with a shark
Asuka
cage,
even worse.
I don't care about Asuka. Asuka, to me,
wow.
you literally used to hate her.
I hated the fact that she was...
You hated her when she was good, and now that she's bad, you're
No.
Asuka, don't
She
carry
was
her.
never good on the main roster. She has not been good on the main roster.
I'm talking about NXT. You hated her. You hated her.
No, I didn't watch... When she was the champion, I was not watching NXT at that time.
Either way.
I did not like her when she got called up in every single match, every time she would win.
Because that was the point. That was the point. And then they just ruined it at WrestleMania for no reason.
Well, no, they didn't.
Having her
Hold
get
on.
buried by Carmella.
All right, how about this is the thing. Yes, you could say that they ruined it, but at that time, the potential now is, all right, she can win or lose now. All she has done is lose. You took someone who, as far as the wrestling community went, on NXT, Shayna Baszler said that she was the most dominant woman to be on the NXT female roster. And, everyone was going, Asuka. And the only thing I could think of is, oh, wow, Asuka hasn't won since before WrestleMania now.
Yes, they ruined her. They 100%
Oh, no,
ruined
wait,
her.
she beat James Ellsworth. Oh, no, is it a double count out? I don't care.
No.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. She hasn't actually had a real win versus another female opponent who actually deserved it. Carmella is... All she does is scream in the ring and do a really crappy kick.
Let's not forget also is that, one, Carmella has very good mic skills. In ring, I understand it's not the best, but when you look about Asuka, what did she do to earn this right to fight for the championship? Nothing. Literally, Carmella was just casting a promo, and Paige comes out here and actually, you're gonna have someone to fight, and then it's like Asuka, and then literally out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's no logic to a lot of stuff in pro wrestling. But back to the Finn Balor match, what would you guys rate it? Half a star?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I give it half a star. What about this match? I thought at least
thing.
Zero.
I think at least had like
It has like a 1.
Yeah, I mean there was some fun to it, but I thought it was really cringeworthy, and it's.
I'll give it 3/4 of a star. How about that?
Yeah, I mean I would give it half a star. I just think anytime you have a guy like Ellsworth involved with this, it just takes the credibility of what you were building with wrestling.
What I like about this is that I really do think Becky Lynch is next, because not only has she been having so much momentum with winning every SmackDown Live, but then you also, it's like a full circle when you look back to last year when
And she has her next opponent lined up as well.
No, but I'm saying with Becky Lynch, she had her problems, with James Ellsworth. Like you had that, not like storyline, but you had it there last year. So you kind of see this whole full circle back where now he's back, and I think she's going to be the one. And I think the crowd is going to go nuts when you see Becky Lynch finally raise that championship at SummerSlam. So I think it's the perfect moment, and I think if there's someone to beat her, it's going to be the hottest one going on right now.
We just talk about some other things with this match. This was Extreme Rules, and the name Extreme Rules is such a joke. I don't understand why it is called that. I don't understand the logic of James Ellsworth being in the shark cage. Why wouldn't you just say you're barred from the back? I mean, if we're talking like kayfabe style, why is he?
So they can have so that literally Carmella was able to push Asuka into the cage to get the W. And I know it's stupid.
It makes no sense.
All right, here's the thing. What's the problem about the Extreme Rules? Name. It's not even that it's the name. All right, it's just that with this promo they say, explain Extreme Rules in 30 seconds, right? And they show all this destruction. There was none of that. None of that this pay-per-view.
There was
That's
one
the
Extreme
problem.
match.
Yeah, there was one Extreme Rules match, and that's the problem. I think every match on an Extreme Rules pay-per-view should have some type of stipulation. It doesn't have to be Extreme Rules, but something.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's a tables match, which you had in the pre-show, which is ridiculous. I don't understand why that wouldn't be.
You had the 30-minute Iron Man match, so that's okay.
That's not extreme, though.
It's not extreme, but with the two that were competing in it, Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, I think it's awesome that they were able to get that time, especially, obviously, we'll get to the match later, but it was the main event. That was huge. That was huge for them.
Yes.
And the IC title. But not saying I really agree with it, but still, that's huge for them. And they were going to be able to put on great work. But I think you need a lot of other type of stipulations. Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns could have one. The WWE Championship match could have one. Kevin Owens defeating Braun Strowman. Okay. It was a steel cage, and
that one.
That's okay. I kind of like that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that wasn't. The only reason I like that match is because Kevin Owens is so good.
And how do you not like what they did with Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah, let's move on to that. United States Championship match: Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy. This was reminiscent of Sting versus Jeff Hardy.
I love the way they do. I love the way they did it. I love it.
I love it
with
too.
Shinsuke
I'm with you.
And then also, Jeff Hardy is he's dealing with a lot of injuries. Going on right now, so I think that's why they really made this move and didn't really have him fight at all. But I like that, again, Shinsuke Nakamura is being a sneaky, cheating heel character, and then it also led to Randy Orton coming back, and he stomped on Jeff Hardy's groin.
What does that mean?
It's a heel turn.
Is it?
That was a heel turn.
Is it?
I don't think it is.
So hold on. All right, so hold on. So last time we saw Randy Orton, he not only RKO'd the bad guy.
Turn, that's ridiculous.
Hold on. Listen to this. Listen to me here. Last time we saw Randy Orton, what did he do? It was back when Bobby Roode was U.S. champion.
And a face.
Right? And was a face, and he was facing who else? And Jinder. It was him, Jinder, and Bobby Roode. And what did he do? He RKO's Jinder Mahal. All right, because at the time he was a face. Okay. Then he RKO's Bobby Roode. All right, so now he's turning heel. But then the week after, he did a tag team match with Bobby Roode, and he was a face. And he was like, all right, now we're on the same team. This is one of those...
He had 2 months off. He was injured, and he's coming back now. They can make him a clear cut, whatever they want it to be. And he just
they could have been doing that
on a face's groin.
This
Why
guy
is so hard, Joe?
But this guy has been wishy-washy for a year now of what is he? He keeps doing all these things. It's like, all right, he's a face this week. Then 3 weeks later, all right, we'll make him do something heelish.
Okay, but
what does that mean?
Randy Orton, this is when they literally had nothing for him. They didn't know what to do with him. He literally has been injured for the past 2 months. He hasn't been on an event in 2 months. So now he's coming back from the injury. They can finally make a decision on what they want to do with this guy. And I think after what you saw from last night,
listen, I hope he becomes a heel. I hope he does, because he's a much better heel than he is a face. Just because of the way he is, he's really good at it. I hope he's a heel, but this is WWE. Braun Strowman threw Kevin Owens off the top of the steel cage, and he'll probably continue to be pushed as a babyface.
Oh, yeah, well, that's stupid.
And then laughed at him as he's being carted away. Yeah, that's a face thing to do, but tonight he'll be a face on Raw.
So what they're doing is pathetic.
It's stupid.
Braun is, I don't agree with them trying to make him babyface. I should think he should be
What
heel.
I'm saying is that I hope Randy's a heel, but you can't take... It was just last night that this happened. Anything could happen come Tuesday.
I think it's a little more clear cut only because he's coming back from an injury where, again, they can have a plan on what to do with him.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure Orton will cut a promo this Tuesday on SmackDown. By the way, you're listening to The Squared Circle on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We're talking the card for Extreme Rules from last night, and we just finished the United States Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Jeff Hardy in a matter of seconds, and then Randy Orton came back for a return, stomped on Jeff Hardy's groin, which, would signify was a heel turn. But like Joe said, he has done heelish stuff before. Where does this lead to? Does this lead to a Orton versus Hardy feud?
I don't know.
Because Hardy has to recover.
Orton versus Nakamura?
Yeah, is that where it leads to?
I don't think so.
Orton versus Jinder Mahal? Where are we going with this?
I don't know. They don't have any plans. We know this. They are literally, they have no idea what to do.
Like, this does not set up anything.
No,
what is it setting up?
It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense at all.
And I saw it a mile away. I mean, you guys, right when Randy Orton came down, did you guys not see him attacking Jeff Hardy?
No.
It was pretty obvious.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what to expect anymore.
I thought an RKO was coming, not like a stomp.
Yeah, that was weird. I was thinking a punt.
Is there going to be like an alliance with Nakamura and Orton that they're both going for the groin?
The groin guys.
I was going to say a team name, but I don't think
they're going to both hit the Kinshasa all the time. That's
what I'm saying. I don't know what's coming.
Randy Orton's start RKOing for the groin.
Are they just going to be Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo? You got to grab on
to the lower guys.
Oh no!
Which one's Mr. Ass? Which one is
that? That was Billy Gunn.
No, I'm saying out of the two of them, if they're going to be going like that.
Probably Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.